if you had like any food for your hair, what would it be and why and how would you style it?
Food for my hair?
Yeah,
to put
if
in
you
my
had
hair?
no, just your hair is food.
Oh, like spaghetti. I mean, because then you can do a lot. It's easy.
Yeah, but that's the only one that's like not allowed because it's what everybody says. Because like when anyone says spaghetti, you're like, oh, you're not cool.
Okay. Oh, glad we're starting this off on the right foot. Jeez Louise. Go. Welcome.
Hey.
Guys.
Hi, guys.
We're back. Another Caffeinated Conversation. I'm Maria.
I'm Anthony.
And today we're really excited because we're just sitting, just chilling at Ascension Press, and Anthony's in town. He's going to tell us all about a project he's working on, a collaborative movie that he's putting together, and then also this really cool new movement called Catholic Creatives. So, how did Catholic Creatives get started? What's the whole deal?
Okay, so I was hanging out with a lot of my friends and often recognizing that one of the major themes in our conversations were just complaining about how much we hated Catholic art and
how cheesy it is.
How cheesy it was,
Painful.
bad bulletins, just website, all of it. And we decided that rather than just talking about that as if there was never going to be a change, that perhaps there really could be a way that we could spark a new movement for better Catholic art and media in the church. And so we invited a bunch of people to come together online to start this discussion, and then had a meetup where we invited people to bring a 6-pack of beers and a ugly church bulletin, and that we're going to design, sprint, and fix the issue. We got to the bulletin, we were like, okay, we can redesign this, but that doesn't fix the problem. Like, why is this problem really here, right? We didn't start out to start a thing. It was just like, we want a place where we can actually be empowered to believe that something could change about this issue in the church, right? And a community of people that also feels the same way. Like, I feel alone because I care about this thing, and I feel like the church doesn't. So where's my place in the church as a Catholic that is an artist that cares about this stuff?
Yeah, why do you think this is all happening right now at this time?
Okay, so we talked a little bit before, and you were talking about JP2 and how awesome he was, right?
Because he is.
And I think that honestly, JP2, when he really started to put out theology of the body, our generation was raised with a realization or a way to connect spiritual things to like bodily experiences, right? So like his letter to artists was just right on point with that kind of like worldview. And at least for me, I can't really, answer to like why everybody is doing it right now, but at least for me, those times of learning the sacredness of the body put me in love with the world and made my artistic kind of center just burn. And that turned into wanting to make movies and write stories and write poetry. And I felt affirmed by Pope John Paul II in that. I think that's part of why so many people were ready to like go at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking. I know I get frustrated. Like, yes, I am a millennial, but like the way that term is used is so condescending. Of like, oh, you're millennials, like whatever, eye roll. But I just really appreciated that John Paul just like it is by your very youth that like that is an important necessity to the church, and the gifts and the things that you're interested in should actually like the church needs those. They're not silly, they're not stupid, that you care about design and you want things well done. We really do have a lot to offer the church in like, because it's just been so dated and there hasn't been a need, and we've had to be the champions of social media and like the internet. It's not the older generations, they're not the ones innovating, so we are, and because things are different, like I feel like we have to pave the way, but we're getting made fun of as we do it. And I think it's neat what you're doing with Catholic Creatives, because it's doing the same thing. Like, it's recognizing that, and it's saying like, no, like all these are good things, and there are, freelancers across the United States and even beyond that have their talents. Like, okay, in what ways, whether you're working for the church or just professionally, like, can these be accessible to the church, and like, can we organize in some way? Which is so cool to have that vision.
In finding each other, there was just this outpouring of, of fruit, of art and collaboration, where people started working together or just being like excited and called on by seeing each other's work and being like, wow, these Ascension guys are doing awesome stuff. One, I'm so envious, but then like, actually I could do that too, you know? And all of a sudden you just expect more from yourself by being that kind of community. There's a positive peer pressure there, for sure. I want to see real community happen, right? That there's this sense of fruit doesn't come from just telling the church, okay, you've got to be better and you're not doing good. That's not what is going to make anything change. Like, it's accusational, right? Yeah. If there's real community and real friendships, the Holy Spirit works through that. Yeah. Where two or more are gathered in my name, right? And any time where we've seen great change and like revival happen in the church, it's been through this connectivity between saints who actually are all working together to help each other to become more holy.
That's true.
And so what we want to see is a new renaissance happen where the church is again the leader in culture and education, in arts, in politics, in all of these different fields of life, the way that it was back in the Italian Renaissance.
Yeah, I'm like, why not try and...
And we believe that's totally possible because there's so much talent in the church, but also because when we create community and actually collaborate together with each other and with the Holy Spirit, just amazing fruit can happen. And 8 Beats, I think, is already a proof in the pudding for that.
Yeah, okay, so tell me all about 8 Beats. What is it and how did it get started?
Okay, 8 Beats is a collaborative project where all of these different filmmakers, artists, entrepreneurs, project managers, finance people from across the US and Canada are all coming together to film and make 8 short movies about the 8 Beatitudes. Say about, inspired by, they're little like stories, they're short stories. But
and you're doing, it's different teams for each different Beatitude, right? How's that working?
Each region of the US is split into a team where all of the people in that region have one beatitude that they're all working on. Okay. And so everybody from that region just connects with the director and the producer that has kind of risen to, put their hat in for that movie. And they create this little community of Catholic artists to, one, like get to know each other and actually like be friends first, right?
Yeah, and just, and people that may not have known each other, that you're all still in the same area.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then I think one of the beautiful things about it is that you have to come up with a story, right? And, you're not going to just like talk about purity in an abstract way and get a really good story. You have to really get into concrete details to share experiences that could be turned into scenes and stories. And with the Beatitudes, these are like teachings of Christ that are very, very palatable for people who are not Christian. Like they're messages of hope for people who are suffering.
Yeah, and they're the human experience.
Right. Yeah. So for us, like being able to make these movies is also this evangelical way to put out into the world in a way that's just deeply compassionate and emotive way, I guess, stories that say to the world from God, like, we see you and we love you. We love you who are struggling with lust or who are trapped in abusive relationships or who are grieving. There's hope for you, right? And so, yeah, that's
so cool. And to share that story is so important because, like, the devil wants to isolate, so you'll want to feel like, oh, I'm alone in this. Like, everyone else is a goody two-shoes and never has this experience. But if you can kind of put that out there as a common experience, then it helps and it relates to the viewer. Okay, cool. So if people do want to go and support it and check it out, where do they go?
You go to 8beatsmovie.com, or you can just Google 8beatsmovie Indiegogo and find our Indiegogo campaign there.
Awesome. So make sure you guys check them out, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to us on YouTube, Ascension Presents. That's all we got for you today. I just spilled this.
Chill. Cheers.
Cheers. Clink. Should we redo that closing? I spilled all over me.
How do I take my coffee?
Do you want to tell them the truth?
I drink tea. I don't drink coffee. I put coconut oil in it with honey.
I'm drinking decaf, so the secret's out.
Oh my gosh.
It's not a caffeinated. It's a decaffeinated.
I'm so disillusioned right now.
All right, get out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out, go home. Crazy kids.